everyone, welcome to another video here on the World of Coasters. The first video that is actually not a POV of this year. It's weird to be out of the house. Today is the 29th of March 2021, which basically means the lockdown has ended now in England. Shops aren't open yet, the theme parks aren't open yet, but we have taken the opportunity to get out of the house and head back to Monk's Walk. So I'm here with my lockdown hair. Be getting that cut before the next vlog, no doubt. But yeah, we're heading down to Monk's Walk, which for those of you who don't know is the road that goes down the side of Thorpe Park. And I'm excited just to see Thorpe Park from a distance. Look, my hair's going crazy already. So yeah, Monk's Walk is in the sleepy town of Thorpe, this little town here, and it runs around the back. I'll show you on a little map now. And we've got a nice little route we take around here, like a big loop that goes past the entrance and all that.
It's a sizable walk, isn't it?
It is, it's a couple of miles round. But yeah, just basically wanted to fill you in on what Thorpe Park are doing and what we can see, and also to let you know we've been nominated for some awards actually, the Corkscrew Awards. We've been nominated for 2 awards. I'll leave a link down in the description where you can say whether you want to vote or not. But yeah, we've been voted for most creative content and best vlog. So that's for a small channel but 1,000 subs. So get voting. Anyway, we're just coming to the beginning of Monk's Walk, which is here. You've got this sty here, which is like a concrete thing, and we're entering now. I think last time we came down here, didn't I lose my glasses on the tree just down the road?
Yeah, that was funny.
It's a little bit chilly. No, I didn't. I cut it out. It's a little bit chilly and it's a little bit overgrown, so I'm going to take my sunglasses off to avoid that happening again, because it is quite low here.
Yeah.
So
I'm shorter, so I should be okay.
We're probably going to encounter a few people along here. It's quite a narrow path with just, dirt floor, so you have to kind of be careful that you don't trip over. Am I losing Lou? She's fallen behind. So for the avid fans of this channel, we did this walk last year. We did it in May when the lockdown was lifted, before the theme parks opened.
That actually was quite well received.
It was quite well received. I'm hoping you guys want to see it again. It might be more of the same. There might be like an RMC just sitting out the back of Nemesis, you never know. But last time we did it, so I think the schools have broken up for a half term again, didn't they? But last time we came down here, there was like a large group of kids.
It was lockdown last year, so no one was at work.
There was a large group of kids at one of the bridges, which meant we couldn't really go around and film near the front of the park. So anyway, we kind of venture down here. It's very narrow, and it opens up in a minute, and you'll see like a long walk which you can't really see anything from the park from. Like, we're kind of going past the old Thorpe farm at the moment, which over this fence is someone's house, so I'm not going to just raise my hand up because you wouldn't be able to see. But Thorpe farm was obviously where the farm was for the theme park, and you used to be able to catch a train from Canada Creek all the way down here. So now we've gone past all the houses, kind of opens up into this area. Looks like there's been loads of like cherry blossom that's kind of gone all over the floor here. Obviously on the left hand side you've got property owned by Thorpe Park, and to the right is the Thorpe water ski and like water sports activity place, which is not related to Thorpe Park at all. So the lockdown has been very harsh on us this year. Like, myself and Louise missed out on our last theme park visit. We were meant to go to Alton Towers for Scarefest, but we got involved in a car accident, didn't we?
A minor
car.
Well, like,
minor car accident. I kind of got hit by the car, but I'm going to leave that.
Squashed in between.
Yeah, I'm fine by the way. But yeah, we missed out on going to that because obviously we were both injured. We went to Chessington just before the park shut on the 2nd of November, but that was the last time we went to a theme park. So just to get a little theme park fix at the moment is what we want. Like, it's lovely and quiet down here. Last time we came down here, there was quite a lot of people.
There was like a kid that had been punched and was crying. It was very dramatic.
It was very dramatic. But if you're thinking of coming down here, the parking is quite bad, mainly because it's in the suburbs of London, so it's double yellow lines everywhere. We found a nice little lay-by just by, I think it's a school nearby, like a private school. It's totally unmarked, it's just a dirt lay-by. We parked there last time, we didn't have a problem, and we parked there again and there was no one else there, so it wasn't a problem. So we're just going down the path now where I think this must have been the track the Thorpe Railway went on, because it would have either been on this side of the fence or the other side. Maybe it was a bit further out. Of course the railway tracks have been removed. And we did just notice just now that in one of the fences further back, someone had cut a hole in the fence, which is naughty. Do not trespass onto Thorpe Park's property. It is illegal. They will prosecute you. For those of you also thinking of doing this walk and you want to know what the ground's like, it's mud. It's nice and dry. It's actually a beautiful day. It's the first day, time in a long time actually where it's blue skies. And if it was muddy, you'd want to have some decent footwear, but it is quite well trodden, so I don't think it gets boggy too much. Obviously your odd trip hazard like twigs and all that, my favourite things to go over on.
When you're filming.
Yeah, so I have to be careful. But yeah, it's nice and quiet, so let's walk on down to the island like no other. Someone's pants. Ew!
Ew.
It's literally someone's pants.
That's creepy.
So someone's lost their swim shorts and their pants.
Like, I will say this, for this walk, it's like, it's not the cleanest of walks. It's not like a National Trust walk. There are interesting items on the floor.
It's a public walkway that links Thorpe up with Chertsey. Yeah, as Louise said, I don't think I'd want to come down here in the middle of the night, sort of deal.
Hell no.
It's not lit at all. So coming up onto the first ramp, which kind of like just attaches the water place with Thorpe Park's lake. It's like a club or something, but yeah, you got like all the water activities there.
Look at that one, that's how I felt during this lockdown. The one that's
on this side, just floating away. But that's not why we're here. We're here because of this. Oh, sweet B&M. So from here you can see Swarm, Tidal Wave and Stealth just in the back there. And then we're around the back of the property, which, like I say, the Thorpe Railway must have went along here at some point, because these warehouses over in the distance down here are where the Thorpe farm was. So yeah, they must have had the track along here at some point. I don't know for sure where, but it's always good to know. Right, so we've got quite a way to go yet, but yeah, the rides are starting to come into sight now. Obviously, Stealth is the main thing you can see. You can see a bit of Swarm. Kind of get around the back of Nemesis and Rumba Rapids, and you get to see Platform 15 and some of the old scare mazes, and Loggers Leap, which, you know, you never know. We might walk down here, and there might be an RMC just plonked there now.
Tucked away.
You know, I played roller coaster cycling free. I know how quick it is to build these things. So they got all their trespass notices along here. Obviously, because they've had a few trespasses in the past, the most notable being the guy that climbed up Stealth illegally. That kind of enforced all that. So, yeah. I don't know what bird has been trying to get in that box, but my God, determination. So once you get a bit closer to the park's perimeter, the fence kind of goes from this haphazard fence to a proper like iron fence, which I find really weird because, like, you know, it's still their perimeter fence. Like, you know, it's just, that looks really trashy and easy to get through, but this is like, you ain't getting through here. But then I suppose it's money they've got to spend on their fence, and probably, you know, park guests don't see that, so they don't want it. They'd rather spend their money on a ride. Obviously we've got the CCTV signs over here, so it's private property, so do not pass here. But look, my hand is in Thorpe Park. Obviously a very good CCTV system along here. In fact, some of these cameras look new from last year, so I wonder, because obviously there's a lot more traffic coming down this road now, like enthusiasts and just people walking in general, it's probably needed to have better security, because there's more people that are going to be like, oh, do you want to go have a look at Stealth a bit closer up? Right, so we're coming around to some of the more juicy bits of the vlog, and I'm not talking about that box there. Here we got some of the ride vehicles from Rumba Rapids. This is where they store the ones that need work, or the ones that just haven't got their rings installed. It's just nice to get this up close to them. They were covered up for the winter, but they've uncovered them and taken them, a lot of them, away onto the ride, I imagine. At the moment, it's surprisingly quiet. Oh, did you just stack it? I don't know whether I caught that, but possibly nearly. It's very quiet along here. Like, it is a long stretch, so we might bump into more people. But it's nice when it's quiet like this. Louise was just saying that the speedboats are out next door in the water park. Well, we're not interested in you.
I am. I want to go on a speedboat today. Should we see if we can?
No, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in stealthy stealth. Oh, look at that. 2006 Intamin accelerator coaster. Got some of the Thorpe groundsmen going past. Zooming along on his little go-gator, isn't he?
That looks amazing.
Just looking at us, just like, oh my god, it's the theme park nerds. So right now we're around the back of Rumba Rapids. You've got the station building just here. That's where the turntable is, the operator's booth. And then of course you've got Stealth just looming up there, 205 foot. Oh, I do like Stealth. It's just such a good little package ride.
A good day to go.
Yeah, perfect weather for it.
Not too hot.
Even the planes are starting to fly again. Just looking down here, there's some what looks like iBox track. RMC confirmed. Like Thorpe Park, if anyone at Thorpe Park's management wants to have a laugh with us enthusiasts, all you got to do is, like, on this walk, put something like RMC-y, like, you know, just poking out from that fence or something like that, or, you know, leave a like RMC brochure in one of these boxes, and like literally we will have a nerdgasm over it and be like, when are they building it? Like, some more of the Rumba Rapids tubs. These are like the inners, which obviously aren't being used at the moment. There's a tree. So we're just coming along to Nemesis now. It brings you around the back of the station building. On a good day, this is my fave ride. And they've got the gate open at the moment, so we might be able to see through and see what they're doing through in the main part of the park. So
they didn't have it open last year.
So if we zoom in, you can obviously see Tidal Wave. It looks like they might be doing some work on Storm in a Teacup. It looks like it's had a bit of a paint job. Let's zoom right in.
Oh, that was another van.
So yeah, obviously got the security van. He's on his phone.
That's naughty.
Naughty, don't go crashing into my favourite roller coaster. So yeah, got Tidal Wave over there. Nemi. So there are staff about. Obviously they've got their maintenance teams. Stealth up here. Oh, it would be a perfect day to get in there.
You could get
right now, yeah. So yeah, we're going to be coming around the back here. You got some of the old cars from, well, I imagine that's the railway, part of the railway, because it's like, it's a train thing. You got the smoking shelter, and then round the back of Nemesis here, some form of generator. It was totally burnt out, whatever it is.
That could be some theming right there.
Probably is. They're probably holding on to it. But yeah, around the back of Nemesis, if you haven't actually seen it, it is just a warehouse. Like, they don't theme it too amazingly. Like, you have obviously the volcano top up this side, but when you get more to the other side of the station, it is just like a facade. So around the back here, they don't theme it at all. You've got some of the test dummies underneath the station, which I'll just see if I can get a better shot for you.
They've drawn some angry faces on.
I shall say, that is not a happy test dummy. Like, you should be happy. It's happy because the theme parks are shut. Nemi's lift hill coming up here. This is where I managed to get that picture last year, which I used for the thumbnail. And it's a very like unique view of this coaster. You can just see the top of the zero-G roll.
Testing, like, that would just make.
That would make this.
Yeah.
So yeah, here you've obviously got the back of. Oh, what was it? It wasn't Blair Witch last year. What was it called? This one, where it was the woodlands. I can't remember the name of it. No, not the Blair Witch. They rethemed it, didn't they, with the like trees overtaking everything. It was a bad maze. I did not enjoy it. That's why I can't remember its name. But obviously, that's the tail end of that one where you come out. Yeah, you got Detonator, Nemesis, and zero-G roll. No work going on around here, but it is just nice to see it. Like Louise says, if it was testing, that would just make our day. So as we're coming around to the back of the scare mazes, they've kind of got these scrims up, which I imagine like kind of just separates it, because like during Scarefest you could come out here and just stand on the perimeter of the theme park and listen to people getting scared.
Or you could scare people.
Yeah, just be like booga booga booga. But yeah, you kind of got the back of the scare mazes, and you know they're just like hashed together, like they've been down to B&Q and they make them up. But I can't remember the name of this one. Someone needs to remind me in the comments. But I wasn't too impressed with this one last year.
Not the name, but I remember the maze. It was rubbish.
Yeah, it was
so bad.
It was a bit like haphazard, and
no one knew where to go.
Well, we missed out on a lot of the story. So we watched a few vlogs, obviously, after we'd been on it, and I think it was Theme Park Worldwide had a walkthrough of it, and it was like, oh, there's actually a story to this, but we missed all of that. No actor in the first 10, no password. That was the thing, the password. Do you remember that? The guard was asking you for a password, and it was like, we don't know it.
And then we saw like waffles or something, didn't we?
And it turned out that there was a password. But yeah, you can kind of see the theme along here. They've done quite a lot of work, to be honest. It's kind of cool to see. Look, they've got like a lighting ring holding the fallen tree up. You can kind of see like how big this maze is. It does take an impressive stretch up. This is the end of it now, so you come in and kind of go off that way. But yeah, it takes up quite a lot of room. We always say that we'd like an Intamin or a B&M. Well, I say an Intamin hypercoaster along here, or an Intamin mega coaster rather, or a B&M hypercoaster.
Green through there.
It's like a cherry picker. So along here is one of the older mazes. This was one of the old like zombie mazes they had.
Oh God, they should get someone to scare us soon.
Yeah, you got some microwave ovens there, and part of a church. Imagine someone would stay in there and, you know, make you jump, and then obviously some more official trespass notices here. So right now we're going past the KFC in not Canada Creek, Old Town. We'll always call it Canada Creek. It's what it is, it's what it was. Kind of still see the slammer up there, just the top of it. So that's still standing but not operating. It's got its lights on at the moment. And you can kind of see the maze that's along here. Be interesting to see if they're going to use it again one day, because they haven't ripped it out and it is in quite good nick still. Colossus up here, the multi-inversion coaster. With any luck, Flamingo Land will be opening their version of this later in the year, and we can get over to Yorkshire to ride that during the summer.
For the best vlog of 2020.
Yes. Some zombie posters along here. Looks like you would get encountered here. This is the KFC. No, not the KFC. It's a Burger King. The Burger King in Old Town. So just so you know roughly where we are. What do you spy, Lou? More stuff. You kind of get some good shots of Colossus here.
Look, loads of toilets. I wish I could use it.
All broken. So we're coming round to the back of the Canada Creek Railway, which is where platform 15 is. This is now the end of platform 15, which I was very impressed with last season. You got the train Ivor here. And that was where you originally went into the ride, but they've decided to change it so you exit there now. They had Freak Creek as an open area last year, because obviously you couldn't have the indoor part of Freak Creek Massacre, which was a bit of a shame, to be honest, because that was an amazing maze. If we're lucky this year, we might actually be able to go into that, but it'd be interesting to see what they do for Scarefest this year. Just get some shots of in here. Canada Creek Railway, you can see top of Saw and one of the turnaround elements. And along here obviously is the walk in platform 15, so there you go. I don't think we'll be able to see the train, I'm not entirely sure. So out of the overgrowth we see Loggers Leap standing still proud. Such a shame to see this log flume close. It was such a good log flume. This double down drop was, I think it might have been the tallest in Europe when it opened. It's definitely the tallest in the UK, but that's just, it's such a good log flume, and it's a shame to see it go. You know, we obviously want to see it replaced or repaired. I personally see it being replaced, but we're also still around the back of platform 15. See some of the huts along here, and I think the trains are down that way somewhere. It's just weird to see an abandoned ride like that, isn't it? That's been standing but not operating since maybe...
Can you see it from inside the park?
No, they've hidden it very well. It's very well... Unless you know it's there and you know where to look over the fences, you won't see it. But yeah, like I say, I would like to see them do something with it. This park, you know, it really would benefit a log flume. One of the larger gates here, and I'm pretty sure the train is back here, isn't it? Yeah. So here is where they had the train. They toppled it on its side. This season, so it's like crashed, which makes more sense, but it's a shame because that is a very rare piece, an old Thorpe railway train. So we're coming to the end of Thorpe Park's property now, like we're going to be heading over the bridge towards where the car park is, where we'll be heading under the motorway and A road, and going around the front. We'll go around to the front gate of the park. This bridge here is where the group of kids were tombstoning last we came down here.
Lockdown.
Yeah, last lockdown. And there was a bit of a punch-up going on, wasn't there? Like, one of them had punched another one, they were crying.
Yeah, but they were like really young, they were not even teenage years.
They were like, have you seen my mate? It's like, yeah, he went running past us crying. So yeah, around the back of here you've obviously got the like temporary building that they built for platform 15, but I don't remember it having a building that large, so RMC confirmed. So here is where the water sports park is connected to the theme park, so when you see a boat going past the entrance, that's how it gets there. And like I say, these kids were tombstoning off here, which good idea, I don't know. But obviously over there you've got the car park, and then kind of here, this is where they were jumping off and climbing up to there. And I think we're going to try and head into the woods a bit now to see if we can get the shot in front of the theme park. So we crossed the bridge now and we're just coming alongside the woodland. See the entrance bridge there and Vortex, and also just around here you can see the bridge they put in for platform 15, and on the other side of that you've got the log flume bridge along here as well, which is interesting. So around here, we've come off the path a little bit, kind of after the bridge you can just kind of duck down and past the bank. You've got the entrance bridge along here, Vortex, and you can just about see Rush there, and the dome. Like,
don't stand on any sharps though.
I was just about to say, it looks really lovely from here, but if I turn around, they need to get a litter pick around here or something. So we were just walking around the outside of Thorpe Park, and we just run into Marcus from Thrill Riders, is it?
Yeah.
We actually follow him on Instagram.
I swore I recognised him. I was like, I've seen his face. Definitely seen your pictures.
I did kind of expect to see some other enthusiasts out here doing some sort of like trekking around, but you're the only one we've come across so far.
Yeah.
So we were a bit dubious to begin with, because we saw you following us down here. We're like, is he going to come kill us?
No, we weren't.
Just going into the woods and then someone following us. No, I'm joking. But yeah, we just met him and we're having a socially distanced conversation. And why am I social distance from you?
Because we don't like each other.
Oh, alright. Yeah, we're going to trek back down. I think we're going to head off this way. This might join up with the path and then go around to the entrance of the park. So we've detoured off the route we took last time, and we're kind of going around the front of the park now. You've got the A road just outside of the theme park that runs alongside the car park and all that, and hopefully this leads back up eventually. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we should
get this shot last time.
I shall say we should be able to get some more impressive shots of Colossus and all that the further around we come. But starting to see the old Fort Bell, which was the Saw Alive maze. It's kind of weird to see that still, because that has been condemned now. So they really need to rip it out. I suppose it's not doing anything. Can't see too much because of the trees and all that, but you get a really good view of the park. You've got the whole of Colossus up to Saw. So you see Nemesis in the background. Nothing testing as of yet. If we're lucky, we might see something. Don't say Saw.
Flying fish.
No! No! Just getting my shots and he ruins it. Nothing against Gerstlauers, but a Eurofighter.
It's beautiful.
It is a good coaster, but like, you know,
It's really well built.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a B&M fanboy.
Luke King, opening day for Swarm.
So that was the money shot along here, and then we're kind of just walking to the end of this path where the car park starts, and then you've got the fence for the perimeter of Thorpe Park, and we'll be getting onto the road running alongside Thorpe Park, where we'll get a few shots of the entrance and then head round the back of the park towards the car. It's a very impressive like skyline on this, isn't it? Like,
Nothing has moved.
it's a shame. Test. So that's the end of the shots that we get in front of the park now, as it kind of goes off to a dead end, and that's back on Thorpe Park's property. So we're going to be going under this fence here and going back over to the road where we'll see you round by the entrance. Very soon we'll be driving along here and turning left. Round by the entrance now, and they got the signage for the Black Mirror Labyrinth coming this spring. And then they've got the Thorpe Park. The gates are open, that means it's open. Let's go. So
we do have our annual passes, don't you?
Yeah, I do. So it is closed. They're using it to park Teslas at the moment. There's a sign over there, and it looks like they've got COVID appointments here. It's another sign. So that's.
Can't you just go from that?
Sadly, we can't go in here. I don't think that would be naughty. Let's see if I can get a shot of the sign. So let's see if I can see what this sign says over here. Tesla customer parking. Do you know anyone that's got a Tesla? Because if you've got a Tesla, you're allowed in. Gets us a little bit closer.
And just chill. That is too tempting.
I know, the gate's open. How far do you reckon we can get before they stop us?
Just say you need a COVID test. Don't have a car.
So we've said goodbye to Marcus from Thrill Riders now. It's nice to see him, wasn't it? Like,
definitely a bigger YouTube personality than we are.
I think it's Instagram, or is it YouTube as well?
He takes photos.
Very good photos.
Photos and stuff, and I knew I recognised him.
He did the press photos for Portland's Park's Tornado Springs, which we could tell he has a very nice camera. It was very nice to see you, Marcus, if you're watching this video.
Definitely won't be.
Might be, you never know. He followed us on Instagram. We already followed him. But we've finished at Thorpe Park now. We've gone past the entrance and we're heading round the other side of Thorpe Park now, which is not too much to see, to be honest. But this is obviously nearer where the car is parked. It goes past the staff entrance and all that. But it is a lovely day. I can feel the heat beating down on me in there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So we won't bore you with just walking along this road anymore. It's such a lovely day now that I've actually taken my hoodie off and we got the old Icon t-shirt out. I love this.
He's
got this
so
from,
pasty.
I need to get a tan.
Amazing.
It's been a long winter. We're just going past the goods entrance to Thorpe Park, which is obviously for their goods and staff entry.
And for COVID-19?
Yeah, it says, is that like please don't enter here, or do you come down there? Ah. Enter via the main entrance, it says. Do not press the intercom. The receptionist doesn't like it. So we're going to carry on round now. And I think there's another couple of entrances before we turn left and head up towards the car. I don't know how well you can see, but you can see the swarm through here. So like Thorpe Park is all the property over here, and yeah, it kind of just leads along this way. So we're now coming past the last bit of the park we're going to see. Yeah, RMC confirmed. They're currently doing some work along here, so you kind of got Thorpe Park just behind this trees, and this is like where, I don't know, I imagine it's a goods in entrance. It does say no access to Thorpe Park. It's it's still owned by Cemex, this bit. So no access to Thorpe Park, Cemex only. Right, so that's about it for this short vlog, to be honest. There's not much more to see. We're just walking back to the car now. We're heading away from the park. Sorry, I just whacked you with the water bottle. I've had a good day here. Like, well, I would say day, about an hour.
2 hours.
2 hours. It's just nice to come see the park. It's nice to, you know, take in the sunshine. It's not been like this in ages. So guys, if you like the video, by all means leave a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. One more thing, don't forget about the Corkscrew Awards. I'll leave a link in the description below. Just go to that link and vote for World of Coasters. We're nominated in 2 awards, Best Vlog and Most Creative Content. So from both of us here, it's bye-bye, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at the theme parks.
Bye.
Bye. There's another pair of pants. What is it with people losing their pants on this walk?